Okay, YouTubers, working on something today that has been a little bit of an aggravation for some folks. That's the Bachmann passenger cars. Outfit them with KD couplers, and they're horrible. They won't stay connected. Even on a dead straight level piece of track, I've seen them disconnect. They just need to be more reliable. Tooth problems that I found with the cars doing a little work with them. Number one, the coupler boxes have too much vertical play. They move up and down pretty easily. So you to address that, to see, number one, to see if there is a problem. Hold your car, push on the coupler box, and see that's about a normal amount of play. I have seen them where literally the coupler box slides up and down a good 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. If that happens, take a soldering iron that's hot, you can slide that little piece out, and right there where that little plastic rivet is, I hope this is going in the middle of the screen, there's a little plastic rivet that sometimes does not get melted over far enough to hold the coupler box in place. This car is okay. I have seen a few where, like I said, I had to take a soldering iron tip, much like this one here, get it good and hot. And all you got to do is just press it to the inside long enough to melt that tip over while you're holding the box as far up as you can. That will take the slack out of there. The other place, which is more common, is the fact that the coupler box doesn't move all that great much, but the coupler itself flops around way too much. Easy fix, real easy fix. Take the coupler cover off. Then, of course, put the spring on the top. Some reason these were installed on the bottom. And of course your coupler goes there. But the modification comes to the lid, because the lid does not close up far enough. So what you need to do is take a little pair of sprue nippers, and you'll see an indented part on the coupler box cover. Clip it and on all three sides where you see the indent. This actually is a lot faster to do than cutting all this stuff off and replacing it with a KD box bolted right to the body, which is fine if you have 30-inch radius curves and number 6 and 8 switches. If you have number 4s and 5s and tighter radiuses, it's only going to be an operational problem. And reinstall your coupler box cover. But now the coupler box cover will fit down in the recess of the box, which is pretty much akin to putting a 30,000-cent shim under your coupler. Now your vertical clearance is hardly any, and the car will not only track well, but it also won't be popping up the couplers above the coupler ahead of it. So it will actually wind up giving you much better service It may not be a complete cure. I mean, let's face it, if you're running passenger cars or long cars of any type, even auto racks, you got to have some decent track. It's not going to cure all your ills, but it will help. One more time. Take the copper cover off. Put the spring inside. Oh, let's bring it down in there. The coupler in. Now we'll modify the box lid. Again, cut the edge right along the indent lines. You can do this with a straight knife or something like that too, but it is thick and it is pretty strong plastic. So I'd recommend a pair of screw nippers. Oh, one other thing, if you haven't already, if you get a chance to get by an auto parts store and get stuff called 3M strip caulk, it comes in a box. One box will be a lifetime supply for you and a couple of buddies. You only need a little ball of it on your workbench. But you always keep a little bit on the tip of your screwdriver. That way, even plastic screws stick to your screwdriver. However, they don't stick. Actually, that's a little too tight. You gotta make sure that you have plenty of swing. There we go. Alrighty. That should be it for the moment. I'll show you in a little bit how well they do run. Okay, for those who couldn't see that, I'm going to try it again with a different car from another angle. Try to keep my big paws out of the way. Alright, we'll take the cover off. In fact, wonderful. The spring's in there, the coupler's staying there. And we're just gonna nip. Now I managed to get that one in my coffee cup. Nip and nip along the lines that are already on the coupler box. Like I said, it just gives us a smaller box that will fit down in there a little bit more and hold the coupler from flopping up and down. We're reinstall the cover. Make sure we have plenty of swing, which we do. Actually, have a little tiny bit more. I'm just going to back that off right here. Yeah, that's nice and loose. But then also, no more up and down play, which is what we want.